Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, I'm going to kick it off by letting you know there's going to be a lot to cover thanks to New York Comic Con, quite a few Hasbro things, and to start things off, we have a look at the new TRON line coming out of Hasbro Pulse and Hasbro. I'm very excited for this. First up, this exciting HasLab offering they're going to be doing. It's about $250 plus after everything. It is an amazing all-in-one kind of set. You get both the blue and yellow light cycle, a light-up matte display with like really cool material and everything like that, and then you get a program, Flynn, Tron, Sark, and the girl that I can't remember the name off the top of my head, Cora, I think it is, or I feel bad. But yeah, so you get 5 figures, 2 vehicles, and a display. Really awesome. Everything all at once. There's no tiers, so there's no extra stretch goals, and they need about 10,000 backers to get it. I'm really hoping this is successful. I'm a fan of Tron. I grew up watching it with my father, and it is a really awesome franchise. A really cool, storyline, and I know we just had the Tron Ares movie that came out, and then on top of it, during New York Comic Con, they showed off these Tron Legacy 6-inch figures of Clue, Sam, Flynn, Rensler, and then Sam's light cycle. So there is other products they're already planning to come out with, but there is definitely some innuendos here and there through some of the team at Hasbro that if this does well, it opens up the doors for more things in the future. So I'm really hoping it does well, not just for the Tron fans, but for any other fans who want to collect 3.75, because now Hasbro's doing a thing called 375. It is a new line of toys they're going to be doing where they're all 3.75, so not just Star Wars and G.I. Joe, but Tron and other licenses. We might see Indiana Jones come back, we might see Marvel come back, we might see G.I. Joe get more stuff. We might see lines come back from the grave after they did the whole 6-inch stuff. So I'm kind of excited about that. That's, of course, none of that's guaranteed. The only thing we know is that these 3-inch Tron figures are available to back. I'm very excited for them. I'm hoping that this gets funded. Right now it's looking a little slow. We're still under 1,000 with like 40 something days left. So if you're on the fence about it, it is pretty much, you back it and you don't get anything taken out of your account till it funds. So if it doesn't get to 10,000, say it gets to 9,500, they're not going to take your money. I know a lot of people have had, trauma in the past with Kickstarter, people taking the money and running kind of in situations like that. So I know a lot of people when they hear about like Kickstarter programs, this isn't a Kickstarter program. This is a HasLab. It is, done by Hasbro, all in-house, with some help from other people that work on the project, but it's their kind of thing. They're not going to do something like that. I mean, I hope they wouldn't. So there's nothing to lose, because if it succeeds, you get your thing that you paid for. If it fails, you get your money back. It doesn't take the money till it succeeds at the last day. So it's definitely worth backing if you are a 3.75 fan and a Tron fan. I know I am. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the Legacy figures. I'm hoping we'll see 6-inch Tron 82 figures and maybe even 3-inch Tron Legacy figures. And hopefully there'll be a Tron Ares 3-inch and 6-inch figure being announced soon. I know that there's a lot more going on this year. We still have MCM London Comic Con. They said they were going to hold things over. All the brands did at Hasbro and other toy companies. And then there's one in Brazil and one in Italy too that are happening that Hasbro is going to. So there's a lot more stuff to be revealed when it comes to all the brands. And over in G.I. Joe news, we have a look at quite a few cool things from G.I. Joe. First up, I'd like to point out that the Pythina, or the Cobra Lee Pythina, I think is how you say it, went up for pre-order on Pulse. It is available still to Pulse Premium, but on November 3rd, all the exclusives will be going live to everyone. Really cool looking figure. I'm excited. I was able to pre-order one thanks to Pulse Premium, or not pre-order, get it because it was in stock. I was surprised by that. So hopefully they'll stay in stock long enough for everyone else. Baymax did say that they are going to have plenty, so hopefully that means it will be a good thing for everyone. We also got to look at a made-to-order Arctic Hiss tank with Arctic pilot, or driver, I should say, which looks really awesome. This is pretty much the Hiss tank, but done up in an Arctic design with less bells and whistles. I don't think it said anything about light up stuff. I'm assuming it probably wouldn't have light up stuff. I'm thinking they're trying to get this, you know, to be cheaper than the Hiss tank. I'm hoping that means that based on, you know, inflation and what the Hiss tank cost originally, you know, we aren't going to see it go past, you know, I wouldn't imagine that it'd be more than like 200, because you're missing some figures, you're missing some attachments, and if there's no LEDs, I can imagine it was originally like 360 for the Hiss tank, so drop all that stuff off, you're probably looking at about 200 at the most. I'm hoping it's 150, 175, because I understand that it is a big vehicle, as you can see with Lenny holding it. But it does come with the driver, so it does have one of the 4 figures that came with it. So it will be interesting to see the price. I'm sure they'll announce it later on at the other conventions this year, which will be happening. We're going to be having London MCM and something in Italy and Brazil that I can't remember off the top of my head, but there'll be more stuff showed off from all the different brands. We also got to look at some pre-order items that went up. All the links that I talk about will be in the anything that I talk about that has links will be in the description down below. We had here a Night Viper, a Mole Rat Stage 2, Lifeline, Hit and Run, and Big Lob. All went up for pre-order. They look incredible. When it comes to name-only drops, we got to look at Crazy Lay coming out as classic looks, so he'll be breaking out of the HasLab with a different look. We got to look at a female Crimson Guard, which is really cool sounding. And then, who was the third one? Oh, Zap from the original 13, so that's exciting. And then we got a look at what looks like a dog collar as a teaser, or an animal collar with a handle, so I'm looking forward to that. And then we got to look at, what else? I think that's pretty much everything. That was the exclusive, the wave of figures. Oh, the Walmart Con. I know we talked about Walmart Con last week, but there are Hasbro links now for the Ghost Viper, along with Outback and Wheelie, which I shared today. So if you want to pick them up, I think unfortunately they're sold out, but you can bookmark the links. I'm sure they'll come back in when the toys are closer to shipping out. But I wanted to cover that real fast before we move on to the next subject. And the next subject being Transformers. And we have a look at quite a few things here. First up, we have a look at Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Windcharger and Thundercracker, which went up for pre-order. We also got a look at the Energon Universe Optimus Prime finally coming out. It is going to be about $79.99, but with the new news of financial stuff going on, yes, we're going to talk about finances here. Everything across the board now is going up, cross market, you know, not just Hasbro, because I'm seeing Walmart and Target and Amazon are bumping up the prices more frequently now. Now we're looking at Commanders being $100, so the $80 price point on this kind of seems a little bit less of a problem now that we know that. So now it's not as bad. Same with the convention exclusive from New York Comic Con, that of the Nemesis Prime with the air defense team, which you can see here. A bit of a update on that. Be careful if you pre-ordered this or bought it when you had premium. I know I was able to get one. And now I'm kind of nervous. There's been rumors of people who got it at New York Comic Con getting it home, and one of the 3 mini bots, I think it's Jetstream or Jetstorm, I can't remember the name of it, but when you go to move its chest piece back and forth, it can break, so be careful. I'm sure there'll be hopefully help for that with Hasbro customer care. That set was going for $89.99, which is kind of interesting compared to the Commander classes in the past, because it's really just a Voyager and a Deluxe. And when you think about that, even with the new inflation, I will say the new MSRP, that is only about 70 something, so you're paying about $19 more for the exclusivity and the packaging. But yeah, it's still a really cool one. Like I said, I got it. I'm excited for it as a Unicron Trilogy fan. It is still available along with all the exclusives from New York Comic Con we'll be talking about from Hasbro. They are still in stock for premium members, and they said there's plenty of most of them, so they should be in stock on November 3rd, which is when all of them will be going up. I know I talked about that with the G.I. Joe one, but I always like to bring that back up so everyone knows who's watching. For general, market, it will be going up on November 3rd, so best of luck to anyone who's trying to get it. But yeah, and then Age of the Prime stuff will be going up during London Comic Con, MCM London Comic Con. They said that, Nate and Evan, that the first wave of next year, which is the one with Jalop, I think it's Jalop, the Junkian Jalopy, say that 3 times fast. Is it not Point Blank, Sure Shot, which is the final member of the Target Master trio. And the rest of that wave, those will all be going up. I think there's 2 more primes in that also. That will be going up during London Comic Con for pre-order, coming out later next year. But yeah, just a lot of amazing Transformer stuff. A little bummed to see the prices go up across the board, not just at, you know, Hasbro, but now Walmart's catching on, Target's catching on, Amazon's catching on. They're realizing like, hey, we got to push up the prices because it is getting more expensive. Some of them, you know, Walmart, Target, Amazon, some of them have some of the things for the original MSRP. Like Walmart had Thundercracker for $34.99. Amazon had Werewolf by Night for $24.99. So some of the things are kind of different depending on where you look. So just kind of keep an eye out. I would say pre-order on Hasbro for the guaranteed pre-order. And then if you have a chance, look around and see if it's a little bit cheaper somewhere else, and then kind of move your pre-order there. But yeah, lots of cool stuff to talk about, some downer stuff when it comes to, like, you know, the prices going up. But I'm very excited for all the Transformers things that were revealed and the G.I. Joe things we talked about and the Tron stuff, and there's still more to talk about next. And real fast, we're going to talk about Ghostbusters. They didn't have a lot to talk about. They just showed off one item, and this is a surprise actually. It is what next year's Comic-Con 2026's exclusive will be, and is that of the Ghostbusters copter glow-in-the-dark figure. Never happened. They're doing it to kind of bring it because it was an idea that they never finished back in the day, Kenner, and so now Hasbro is going to bring it back, make it a Comic-Con exclusive, and have it glow in the dark, and it's just gonna be really cool. So they showed us some sticker art, some, you know, how they're gonna do the packaging since the packaging was never made. There's all kinds of fun stuff. You can watch a little video talking about it on pulse.com, along with a video from Comic-Con from the package artist and how he does it, and, you know, the process of him getting the figures, packaging that never had, you know, packaging in the past and stuff like that. Just really cool. I'm enjoying this glow-in-the-dark line of stuff because I love glow-in-the-dark, and I cannot wait for this to be a thing. Also, something that's not shown here, but the Slimer and Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that were shown off at Comic-Con did go up for pre-order for New York Comic-Con, even though there was no, you know, post about it or information about it. It did go up. It's still available on Pulse. Same kind of situation. It will go live for general public on November 3rd. But I'm going to have to talk pretty fast because I don't want this video to go too long, but there was quite a few Marvel things. First up, we have the made-to-order product of Apocalypse, a 12-inch Apocalypse from X-Men 97. He will be $120, available right now on Pulse.com. Then we have a look at the newest Build-A-Figure wave with the Executioner from the Thor universe as the figure that you're going to be building. There's also an Enchantress, Phantom Rider, Werewolf by Night, Mark 72 Iron Man, I believe, Dark Avengers Spider-Man, Warbow, which is the one I'm most excited about, World War II Logan, which I'm really curious if we can take his head off and swap other heads and make more, you know, World War II guys to go with Captain America and the Howling Commandos, or if it's, you know, Logan's size, so it'll be kind of off. And then who was the final one in that wave? Oh no, wait, that is all of them. Okay, sorry. And then we had a look at the future upcoming Inhumanoids 2-packs with Medusa, Black Bolt, and the other 2 characters on Point of Blank on that will be going out in October, I think 16th and 21st or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. They do show the pre-order dates here, along with all the other awesome figures. We also got a look at 2 of the upcoming Retro Spider-Man Wave figures, which is $29.99 on a more articulated body with Tobin, which I'm very excited, and they're going to get me to buy another Spider-Man $29.99. And then Cardiac, who's a Spider-Man villain that looks really awesome and comes with some awesome effects. And that I pretty much think is everything. Oh, that and the Super Scroll, that was the exclusive, went up for pre-order, still is available for Pulse Pre members, and will go live, like we said before, November 3rd for general public. I'm very excited for everything that was shown off. That whole Build-A-Figure wave is all, like, major cool figures in my opinion. But yeah, lots of awesome stuff from Marvel and more to come. And in Star Wars news from Hasbro, there wasn't quite a bit of things. Kind of same thing with Transformers. There were 2 new pre-orders for a Black Series Boba Fett with the first time ever toe-bend. I don't think there's ever been toe-bend in Star Wars, but is the Book of Boba Fett. There's going to be a Darth Vader from the Final Duel. I believe we got this as a Target exclusive. Now it's just going to be general market. I don't know if there's anything different about it. Then not shown here, but there's a vintage collection. I believe it was Shock T in Padme to continue the Geonosis kind of thing they're doing. Fill out your Jedi and your characters from Geonosis. They did make a point about how this year will be Geonosis, like last year will be Tatooine, but Tatooine is not done yet. There will be things here and there for it, so it's not over yet. Then we got to look at, of course, the amazing exclusives, which were the Emperor Palpatine or Darth Sidious versus Darth Maul 2-pack, and the Vintage Collection Spirits 3-pack. We saw both these at Comic-Con San Diego. They both went available for purchase for premium members during New York Comic Con, at New York Comic Con. They went live on Pulse, and like I said before, November 3rd pre-order for them for the general public, or in stock if they, you know, are still in stock. They should all be still in stock. And then we got to look at, what else? We got to look at something else. Oh, that's what it was. I don't know their name, but it's from a Star Wars video game, so we're digging into more Gamerverse stuff, but he's some people's, you know, main protagonist from the game that they all kind of remember. They talked about that during New York Comic Con. I don't remember them. I feel bad. I played Republic Commandos. Those were my kind of like characters that I connected with as a kid. And then when it comes to Jedi, I guess like Starkiller was really cool to me, but he's more of a Sith Jedi. I guess a gray Force user. But yeah, there was all kinds of cool things. If I'm missing anything, there was a lot to cover this week, so I'm trying to keep up with everything, but Star Wars is going to have more during London Comic Con. Oh, there was a teaser not shown here of some sabers. It looked like it was blue, green, another blue one, and a red one. That is going to be part of a pack. I'm already calling it right now. It's going to be the duel between Dooku from Attack of the Clones in 6-inch scale. So they're going to do a 6-inch Anakin, a 6-inch Obi-Wan, and a 6-inch Count Dooku in the Attack of the Clones attire. So we're going to get Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan. I've got my money bet on that because 2 blue blades, a green blade, and a red blade. The only time those all were in one scene was when Anakin was dual wielding the blue and green blade, and Obi-Wan had a blue blade, and Count Dooku had a red blade. Oh wait, but maybe Anakin got the blue blade from Obi-Wan, so why would he have 2 Obi-Wan sabers in the pack? I could be wrong, but I'm excited for that teaser. I can't wait to see what it will be. It'd be cool if it was actually gamer stuff and not just another, you know, one of the 6 movies. But if it is Attack of the Clones, that would be awesome that I called it. And in the same vein of things, real quick, we're going to be talking about S.H.Figuarts. It finally went live. It is that of the Revenge of the Sith Yoda. This is a really cool looking figure. It is a bit pricey. We're looking at $100 on BBTS, which is kind of crazy. But if you are a fan of S.H.Figuarts and Star Wars, this is definitely for you. Honestly, I have my Yoda through the Clones of the Republic 2-pack, but this one is kind of tempting too, but I can't, you know, with that price, it's kind of like, ugh, even though it looks really cool. If you want to pick it up, it is available on BBTS, finally in stock and ready to ship. It is really cool looking. I look forward to people posing this out with, you know, other figures from their collection on Instagram and all over the internet and stuff like that. And over at New York Comic Con, they showed off some more stuff from Mezco. We're talking about Mezco now, with the leader from the Marvel series of Mezcos, which looks really cool. Definitely something that's like, you know, eye-catching, goes well with their Hulk that they did. And then we have 2 TMNT counterparts, that of a foot soldier, which is now a troop builder you can get, which I don't know if there's a lot of Mezco troop builders, so that's pretty insane. And then Casey Jones, which looks really cool. I love the soft goods. I love the sweatpants. It's just fun to see that. I think that's hilarious. And then, of course, like the jean jacket. But yeah, really awesome reveals from Mezco. There was other things that they talked about. I'm looking forward to so many different things as they get revealed. I might not buy a lot of Mezco, but I do like, you know, talking about them and seeing what they have. I know my Captain America finally came in stock on BBTS, so I'm looking forward to reviewing that later on once it finally gets here. So Mezco does an amazing job when it comes to 1/12 scale, but it is kind of hard matching all their characters up with other collections because, you know, the soft goods really just make them pop. We talked about these before. I think it was during Comic-Con and a little bit afterwards, but the TMNT from the Usagi Jimbo art style are now in their packages and they look incredible. The package art looks amazing. I'm very excited for this line of figures. I know I'm going to try to get Mikey at least. They just look adorable, and I really like the art style. And if you're a Usagi Jimbo fan and Turtle fan, this is definitely a amazing product for you. It is one of those things where I'm curious. I think they're going to be at most retailers. They'll probably go on NECA.com, probably Target, Walmart. I don't know if they're exclusive to anywhere yet. I'm hoping BBTS and Entertainment Earth get them, but they just look really cool. They look really nice and detailed, and I like all the accessories. But NECA is always known for doing a really good job, and they do a lot of different turtle stuff. We've gotten so many turtle things in the time that they've had the turtle license for this scale, and it's really fun to see it. And in some McFarlane toy news, we got some more DC reveals, which look really cool, including some, you know, characters that are not Batman. So that's really awesome to see all these different ones. McFarlane did make a point during New York Comic Con to say that they still have the DC license through 2026. So there will still be more DC figures coming. But there is more than just DC coming out of McFarlane because they have to get the ball rolling on other things, and they are going to be doing a lot of different Image characters. First up is this amazing looking Spawn that kind of homages the old toy version, which just looks really cool, kind of like the Kickstarter back a while ago, but this is more of his, you know, standard scale 7-inch figures that look really awesome. I'm very excited for this one. I'm on the fence about it. But then they're going to do all kinds of other characters, including some young blood characters, it looks like, and some, was it Death? Was it Lady, not Lady Death, is it not Lady Death, it's Death Razor, or Lady, I can't remember the name, but you can see them all here. They look incredible, just all kinds of amazing stuff that was shown off at New York Comic Con, and I have a feeling we're going to see more during the other conventions this year. But I'm very excited for this whole line of, you know, superheroes from the Image stuff. And Mondo, of course, brought the heat during New York Comic Con. Like I said, I don't collect these, but I do like to talk about them. Same with Mezco. And we have a look at an amazing Thundercats Chitara. It looks incredible. We also got a look at some upcoming Marvel and Motu stuff, with that of the Lizard from the Spider-Man animated series and the Jean Grey from the X-Men 97 series. Both of them look really cool. We also got a look at the Masters of the Universe Tila and Merman they're doing. They look really cool. And then the biggest news during it is that they got the rights to do Brave Star and SWAT Cats. And SWAT Cats is something that I remember growing up, and I've always wanted them to do, you know, toys again. And now it looks like we might be getting stuff, and knowing Mondo, they're going to do all kinds of cool things with this, depending on what they're allowed to do. But I'm very excited for everything that was shown off there. For fans and stuff like that, I might, depending on what the SWAT Cats are, that might be something that I'm kind of tempted about. And in Mattel news, just something a little small over the week when it comes to Masters of the Universe, we got a pre-order link on Amazon for an Amazon exclusive Masters of the Universe multi-bot. So this is kind of like a scramble toy, module toy that looks really cool of a character I don't remember. So I kind of skipped on it, even though I'm a robot fan. That had already sold out on Amazon, but it should be going back in stock in the future, hopefully. But it is a very interesting toy. It's not quite the kind of robots I'm used to when it comes to like it looks almost organic on the top. So it's more like a cyborg, but it's just a really cool offering. Link, like always, is in the description down below if you want to bookmark it on your Amazon to try to get it later on. But it is just really interesting looking. It has about 2 bots that can also then morph together, and there's all kinds of extra pieces. It's really cool. I have a feeling that it's something that might have been a troop character in the comics, and so a lot of people bought them up to troop build with it. But it is really fun looking. I like all the different colors and the different designs. I just feel that I don't know who the character is, you know, as a Masters Universe cartoon. Something exciting to come out of New York Comic Con on top of all this amazing news when it comes to loyal subjects. We have Wave 2 of Mask finally coming out. You got that cool green hot rod car. I'm not going to pretend that I know all the vehicles' names. And then one that kind of reminds me of Trailbreaker, which looks like a black pickup truck. And just some really awesome vehicles with characters, as we know from Mask. It just looks really awesome. I want to cover it here real fast and kind of keep a little footnote of what's going on. They said they will be going live early next year in 2026, so think springtime, late winter, early spring, hopefully. I'm sure we'll see them on BBTS. They might get another exclusive early access, and then it will go to everyone else later in the spring, early summer. But yeah, really cool stuff. And in Lego news, something really fun to cover real fast, that kind of went out during the anniversary of Back to the Future this year. At least I think that's what it was, that it's the anniversary this year. It is that of a Lego Speed collection or Speed series. I don't know the name of it, but it's apparently a new subgroup of the Back to the Future DeLorean with the ability to do flying car mode, and Marty and Doc Brown minifigures. And I was shocked to see the price on Amazon and Lego Store. You'll never believe how much this costs. It is only $27.99. I'm confused because the other 2 DeLoreans that have come out before this one were definitely way more pricey. So I don't know if this is a new set of Legos that they're going to do that are going to be a more budget-friendly vehicle collection. I would love to see a Knight Rider, a Mystery Machine, another Ghostbuster. I think we already got the Mystery Machine once, but I would love to see, you know, all kinds of iconic vehicles like the Knight Rider car, or maybe the different Transformers characters, if they can do them in this kind of style with maybe, you know, minifigures of their characters in robot mode. But it's fun. I don't know if this is a new line of things they're doing, or if it's just something they did for Back to the Future, or it's something that's been going on. I just didn't know about it, but the price is just incredible in my opinion. I had to look twice. I was like, that's insane. If you want to pick it up, it is available, like I said, on Lego Store and Amazon. Really cool looking. And in comics this week, we think look incredible. First up, we have a look at Rogue Storm #1, which just looks amazing, with Storm kind of looking like a Conan barbarian goddess. I think that's really cool looking. And I like the idea of Rogue Storm by having Rogue and Storm in it. Then we have a look at Sinister's 6, a play on the Sinister 6 of Sinister from the X-Men putting together his own Sinister's 6, which is just awesome. Then we have a look at Captain America #4, which I've been following, which looks really fun. It's definitely a very interesting storyline that we've gotten to read so far. And then we have a look at the Skybound Energon Universe G.I. Joe #12 with what looks like a new character that will be introduced, or maybe a pre-existing character finally introduced to this Energon universe of comics. Very excited about that. And then finally, we have a look at Bigfoot Knows Karate #1, which just looks really cool. They said, think King Kong versus Godzilla meets X-Files. And what was the other one? I can't remember the other one they said, but it was like really cool sounding. So I guess the story is that Bigfoot is being hunted down by a kaiju and an organization of Black Ops characters. And he has to, stay alive, and the hunter becomes the hunted. And so it sounds really cool, and I'm excited for this one. Definitely an interesting comic. But yeah, that's the comics this week we think look incredible. Like always, stop at your local comic shop and see what's new. And have a wonderful. In today's Creative Corner, we have a look at an amazing customizer and artist on Instagram, with that of gun_bunny_customs on Instagram, and they look really cool with their stuff looks really cool. They have all kinds of G.I. Joe customs, so it is primarily G.I. Joe, but it is an amazing amount of work they did. You could definitely tell they put a lot of heart and energy into it. They've got a Crimson Hiss tank they made using a regular Hiss tank. They've got Python Patrol stuff. They've got Tiger Force stuff. They've got the snake mech from the episode where they have that giant snake mech with the cobra head. They used what looks like a Lightyear Zerg to make that. They have just all kinds of cool stuff. A Dreadnought's Vamp kind of stinger with just all kinds of amazing customs. I only put a couple of things up that really stuck out to me. There is so much more to look at. Like, this is just the surface of all their amazing work. There was also a troop carrier that they had showing the figures that it can carry. That's incredible. Amazing work there. But yeah, just a lot of amazing G.I. Joe customs. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, or if you're just a military action figure fan, this is definitely for you if you want, some ideas on how to customize things. I love the amount of Lightyear stuff and other toy brands that they used vehicles from to make G.I. Joe vehicles. I could see a Lightyear spaceship that I think they turned into either Python Patrol or Tiger Force. But yeah, just a lot of amazing work. So definitely go give them a follow, go give them the likes, the love, the support, share it with friends in the G.I. Joe community or in custom and toy community that you're in, and kind of get their name out there, because I think they have some incredible work, and they do go through some of the process of how they made some of it, so it's really cool. Thank you so much for stopping by. Link to their handle and their page on Instagram is in the description down below. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.